Okay, now I'm going to wet this piece, rub the edges, and then crease the edge. Now I have my sharpening steel pouch glued on to the part right here in the middle. What I'm going to do is turn this over and trim off the overlap. It looks pretty good. I've got this lockjaw knife here with a curved blade in it. That's what I like and use all the time. Have for many years. Okay, now this is ready to glue on top of this part of the sheath. Right there, I think I've got it marked. I'll glue this outer edge right there. Let it set a little bit, tap it down, and put a light groove on there where I will machine stitch that. Now that I have this piece trimmed off, I see my marks there. What I will do is put a light coat of glue around the edge here and on this part of the sheath. Then I'll set that on there, let it set a little bit, and then tap it down lightly around the edges, and then mark my stitch groove, and then I will sew that on my leather sewing machine. Now it's time to mark my stitch groove. I'll be using my C.S. Osborne scratch compass for this. And I've got my stitches set. As you'll notice, they're pretty long stitches. I think that is because it can make the jump over this ridge at each end. That can be a little tricky. And I've got that set. Look like it's about right. Looks like it might be in just a little bit, but I'm going to go with what they've got on that other sheet there. So I'll scratch my groove here. I think I've got my sewing machine set and ready. I did some practice runs on the stitch length. And I've got a 200 needle white polyester 346 thread. Gotta help it along here. See, right there. I believe that's it right there. Take a look at what we got. Pretty pleased with that. Back looks good. What I'll do is pull these stitches and kind of loop down like a stitch and a half. Pull that lock right in the middle, and then you can trim that off, tap it down. And then there will be a rivet up here. Kind of like the way they did their rivet. They dropped it down a little bit from the top, and that gives that a little relief there for the knife to stick that in there. I've got these needle nose that are really smooth on the outside there, and I'll take those and kind of enlarge that slot and kind of shape it up a little bit for this piece to slide in there. Now, take the knife, slide that down in there. Take a look at this one. Bring that over. I think I better slide the honing steel in here. I think I'll take the knife out. Yep, I believe that made a little difference. It took some slack out of it. Okay, now I can punch my hole for my rivet. I'm going to punch a number 1 hole, and I'm going to be use copper rivets, a number 14 for this. I think they'll look good on here. I'm going to pull this out and round that end. I've got an end punch that will look good. Make it kind of round like that one. feels good there. Now, as you'll notice on this sheath, they drop down a ways. That gives that a little relief at the top to kind of raise up and not be so tight. It's about 3/8 down. I think I've already got my little marks there. Let's see my pencil mark right there. Number 1 hole. Number 14 copper rivet. And the burr. There's usually on these burrs, there's always a beveled edge on one side and then a sharper edge on the other. I like the bevel edge to the top.